Hello, I'm Dylan and I'm here with another weekly tarot reading. Before we begin, I'd just like to say thank you as always to everyone who subscribed to the channel, to everyone who shared it with friends or relatives, and to everyone who's got in touch for a reading. Thank you, it's very much appreciated. Now we'll take the three cards for the upcoming week. First of all, we have the Five of Cups, then the Knight of Pentacles reversed, and finally the High Priestess reversed. The Five of Cups is very much a card, can be to do with regret and sorrow, but it can also be to do with not looking at the right things. A card shows people looking back at two cups that are overflowing, or that are spilled, or here's Cooper. Looking back at two cups that are overturned or empty, while there's three cups ahead of them that are full. So it can be very much a card to do with where you focus your attention, what you look to, and thinking about things like that. Next we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of somebody who's creative, earthy, in touch with the practical, maybe business, but also is relatively young, maybe a little bit naive, or is just beginning on this path. Reversed, this would suggest to me it's a card of that overturned. It's a card to do with letting yourself know that you've got beyond that first stage, that you're starting to mature a little bit more into your own practicality, maybe that you're becoming better with your finances, that you're becoming better at looking after your body, maybe even that you're starting to take a more senior role in whatever business you're involved with. There is of course another interpretation of this card that may well apply to quite a few of you, and that's that it's reversed because it's not a time to think entirely about the physical and the financial, but it's more of a time to look inward. And that brings us to the third card here, the High Priestess reversed. The High Priestess is a card of intuition, looking inward, feminine wisdom, and in the reversed position it can often mean that some of that's lacking in your life at the moment. Not that you can't have it, but just maybe that you don't have it right now, or you've not been listening to it. Taking these three cards together, I would see it that the upcoming week is very much an opportunity to refocus yourself, listen to your intuition, and not necessarily turn away from the physical and practical, because we never want to do that. We never want to just totally ignore that part of ourselves, but a time to think more like on a deeper level of who you are, while still keeping touch of that physical, still looking after yourself, still doing what needs to be done, while at the same time just having a bit more of an inner focus and focusing yourself towards opportunities rather than regrets. It may also be a time, given the prominence of the Five of Cups here, to look back at things that have caused problems in the past, not to dwell on them, but to resolve them. And it could be that this, at least for some of you, is what the reversed High Priestess is suggesting, that you can use your intuition, and use it more than you have been to connect with that part of yourself that maybe needs some healing. Now I'm just going to get a little bit of elaboration on each of these. Sometimes I'll take another two cards. This time I'm just going to take another one for each of them. The Five of Cups, here we see the Nine of Swords. That very much reinforces what I was just talking about. The Nine of Swords can be a card of being trapped, of feeling that you've got nowhere to go, being surrounded. This, elaborating on the Five of Cups, very much says that yes, it's a time to let go. Here's Lucy. Time to let go of things from the past that you regret. A time to either deal with them or just let them go and move on from them, so that you're not feeling trapped anymore. Now we'll take a card to elaborate on the reverse Knight of Pentacles, and here we get a reverse Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is a card of achievement, of enjoying the fruit of your labours and enjoying your family. Reversed here as an elaborating card, I would suggest it means that you're not enjoying those things as much as you could be. You may be too focused in the regrets and where you feel trapped, and that you could just allow these things to be a resource for you. Maybe things that you have that you've worked hard for that you see now that you need to maintain, you might start looking at them in a way of, well, how can they help you with your other challenges? If you have a difficult career, you might look at, well, what are the opportunities in that career that will allow you to learn and grow in the way that you want to? People around you, you may feel responsibility for them, but at the same time, they may have a responsibility to you that you could draw upon. People who maybe need help in one area may be very strong in another, and that may be what you need right now. And finally, as an elaborator for the High Priestess reversed, we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. The Queen of Pentacles is a mature woman in touch with the physical, the material, the world of business, the world of finance. And reversed here suggests that, elaborating on the High Priestess, that you may be not trusting your own abilities in that way, or you're not taking help you could do from somebody who has those abilities or could fulfill that role. So taking all of these cards together, I would say this is very much a week for letting go of things, for looking to yourself, for looking to see what you need to do, but also looking at all the opportunities around you as well. Not just feeling trapped like the Nine of Swords shows, or regretful and looking at the past like the Five of Cups, but also looking at all these opportunities you have and just figuring out what you need, what you want, and how they can be fulfilled. Another thing that it's worth to be aware of this week, astrologically speaking, is that on Wednesday we have Venus conjunct Neptune in Pisces, and that is a very good time for inner work, anything maybe slightly mystical, anything to do with the emotions, dreaming, work on yourself. So if you're going to do some work around the things that are coming up this week, Wednesday would be a very good time to maybe start or do the most important part of it. I hope you've enjoyed this reading and found it useful. If you have, feel free to share it with other people. If you haven't yet, subscribe and hit the notification button. I would encourage you to. As always, I would love any feedback. And more than anything, thank you for your time.